All right. Hello, everyone. It is May 15th, and we're about halfway through the month. I'm Jess Markowitz, your Superstar Director with Angels of Light Group, or family, I like to call us. Thank you for showing up, whether you are live or recorded. Showing up live always helps because if you have actual questions that we're talking about, you can ask right then. And then you can also share some things and, show just if there's just more interaction and more connection. Today, I wanted to go over, since I decided from now on, I used to a long time ago share like what's going on with our group on our team calls, and I've had some requests to do that, and I think it's just because you want to know what your peers are doing, what's possible, because let me see here. Zoom is not responding. Why? All right, force quit. I'm just gonna stop that right now. Okay. And just kind of, because when you see that other people are doing those numbers, they're sponsoring, they're promoting, whatever, it just makes you go, well, wait a minute, if that person can, then I can too. And hopefully it inspires you and motivates you. And then you also get to cheer your friends on and, excuse me. And if it's you, it's sometimes kind of cool to hear, your name, that you're doing some cool things. So I wanted to just go over some of those things really fast from last month. So let's see here. Performances and promotions. Okay, so this is from last, let's see, this is from April. We have, welcome to, we've got Stephanie Edgel, and she is from Nevada, and she actually just promoted to certified, but she won't be actually official until next month because she promoted in this month. I just know because I was just talking with her. But Lindsay Sparkleman, I think that's how you say it, Lindsay. I was just talking to her today too. And I should have asked her how to say her last name, but she promoted to certified, as well as sponsored her first team member, which is super cool. And is now, she already hit her sensational start level 1. So these are really cool things. Shayna Reese from Nevada joined last month as well. So welcome. And she also earned her shooting star and is well on her way to being certified. So I just like to share those things because, sometimes when you're struggling and maybe you haven't seen any milestones or any maybe you haven't achieved any goals with Scentsy in a while, sometimes you get a little discouraged and just say like, oh man, maybe it's just not for me. But when you hear there's new people, they're doing things, that's when you're going to go like, okay, well, maybe I just need to touch base with these people. Maybe I need to ask, what the heck are you people doing? And to get some ideas, which is super cool. That you could do that's one of the cool things about our business is that we've got a business that people like to share. And our company, just the culture is all about giving more than taking. And there is plenty of business out there in the world. And so there's never too much. So never feel like if you're helping somebody else, never feel like another consultant is your competitor. Think of them as your Scentsy sister or brother. And that's why we try to say Scentsy family. And, that old expression, what comes around goes around, like that good karma, you're giving out good energy. You're going to get that back tenfold. I promise you that. That's what I've experienced all through my 12 years of business. If you are leading with a generous heart, you're going to get amazing things happen in your business and in life, to be honest with you. That's just the way it works. Okay, so where did oh, there it is. There we are. I'm messing with my, they keep changing things on me. So I just get okay. So downline, I just want to, what month is it? May. Just shout out some anniversaries. We've got actually a lot of people celebrating their Scentiversaries in May. So we have Christina Billmeal. Okay, Side note, forgive me if I'm messing your name up. I'm just going to say it right now. Buehmiller, Whitney Chatlerton, Maria Corsaro, Hannah Cross, Sylvia DeMarco, Stephanie Floyd, Annette McCary, Catherine Payne, Wanda Woodson, Stacy Brandt, Charmin Couture, Christina Rosas, Brina Prine, Madison Grisco, Patricia Graham, Brittany Smith, Mike Sotos, Jesse Yoki, Laura Eddard, Gladys Holman, Denise Brandt, Heather Dommel, Christian just actually joined this month. So did Brittany Smith. Sorry, I just looked at the dates. So next year, this time they will be. Laura Stromblid, Antoinette Cahill, almost there, guys. Let's see. Crystal Correa, Aaron Sanders, and Angie Abers, Jennifer Gardner, Lisa Garcia, Michelle Rodriguez, Bohana Rodjovic, Teresa Bloksvik, Jamie Morris, Veronica Kohler, Sarah Philpott, Joey Surgeon, Floretta Riley, Regina Watkins, Lindsay Nichols, Jennifer Bendez, Tina Pedersen, Barbara Brewer, Sandra Colley, Jennifer Spear, and Alexandra Zawistowski. I made it through, guys, and I don't know how many of you are laughing at me because I was just hacking your names up. I'm so sorry. People hack my last name, Markowitz, up all the time. They add like 10 letters. They're like Markowski-witz. I'm like, there's no, that's okay, whatever. So again, I apologize. And then bear with me. I just want to shout some birthdays out really fast, and then we will get started. Let's see, downline. Okay, not quite as many birthdays as there was anniversaries. All right, here we go. We've got Lindsay Cohn, Ashley Montag, Meshel Clements, Amy Arwood, Vanessa Bosco, Geneva Calmer. Yay, happy birthday. I was like, hey. Oh yeah, you said that on our page too, I remember. Let's see, where did I lost my, oh, here we go. Joey Surgeon, again, Tina O'Malley, Raquel Rosa, Monica Villa, Crystal Angle, Simone Owens, Tanisha Thompson, Anna Collin, Yvonne Duran, Stacy Nelson, Shannon Severson, Cynthia Holler, Aaron Thuman, Julie Dominez, Lisa Garcia, Jacqueline Irons, Angie Abers, Carrie Boyles, Jet Steamers, Brittany Levine, Jennifer Chila, Joanne Holman, Yolanda Peterson, Nadia Herrera, Johanna Avila de Mercado, Carissa Rains, Brandy Jacks, Crystal Velez, Natalie Sved, Justina Vinci, Christina Buehmler, and Milagros Roman. Happy birthday, May Angels. Okay, let's get started. All right, so, well, since you're the only one on, Geneva, I have a question. Were you able to catch the Saturday, Super Saturday call this Saturday?
No, I wasn't, because it was my birthday party, so I was busy doing all that stuff.
I wanted to know like how many people listened, because I'm actually going to talk about it, and I don't want to like bore people, because I thought it was a really good concept, and I was like, you know what, we need to be talking about this on our call. Shauna, I can't see you. Let me see. Oh, now I can. Oh, okay. Now I can see you. I had you on the wrong thing. Hi, Shauna. Were you able to listen to the call on Saturday? No. Okay. No. You're so cute. No, it's okay. It actually makes me feel better, because I don't want to like waste, make people bored. But I figured the people that did listen, they might be able to tell me if they already did this and kind of share their input. So it's actually fine either way. Okay. So you're not like, I'm not disappointed or anything. So you don't have to feel like, oh no, I didn't. Okay. So what the concept was, and I thought this was really cool, is in this business, you guys, we get to determine what our paycheck is every month, because we get to decide how much we're going to work, how much sales we're going to try to goal ourselves to do. And, you know, as long as we break it down and plan what that looks like what does that mean for me to make a $400 paycheck or $100 paycheck or $600 paycheck? And then once you know what dollar amount you want, you need to know how much PRV you need to sell in order to get that commission. And then what actions that you could take in order to make that happen, right? And so that's what the call was about. And so I want us all to stop and think about what would now we have a half of a month left. You literally can do a lot in 15 days. So you could decide whether you're going to, you know, I'm going to decide what I'm going to make in June on my June 10th or 8th, between 8th and 10th, you know, they always give it to us, you know, surprise paycheck. Or if you're like, you know what, some of you may only are able to work the first 15 days of the month and the rest of the month you're not able to. So that's pretty much what you do. It's really what you want to do. So then you're going to plan for your July paycheck. Like, what am I going to do in June? So you decide on that, or you could do both. I mean, why not? Right. So here's, and I want to share with you that I'm doing the same thing, that I've never asked you to do something that I'm not doing. So Mitch and I have been really focusing on paying, like just making sure that our bills are paid. We have one credit card left that we are just knocking out, that he just racked up in New York. So we're going to get it down again. And I was like, you know what? One of my goals is we have a pretty big house, you guys. It's 3,600 square feet. So it takes a lot to clean it. And with, you know, busy kids with school, me in school now, having a full-time business and studying and just all the running them around with, even though they're out of school, sports and just whatever, there's just a lot going on, right? So when I have a time to kind of breathe and do nothing, the last thing I want to do is clean my toilets. Okay. So we've had a house cleaner for the past, I'd say 7 years. Thank you, Scentsy. And that was one of my goals, is I was like, you know what, when I first started growing my business, one of my first goals was to pay for a house cleaner. And then we started shifting where we were going to put our money. Okay. And Scentsy started paying for other things. And anyways, long story short, oh, she says she's in a waiting room. Cindy said she's in a waiting room. Let me share this website URL. Oh, wait, no, that's not going to work. I'm sorry. Hold that thought, because she's telling me that she can't see it. And I don't see her in here, so she's got to be on the wrong. What link did you guys use? Was it the one I text, emailed?
I got the one from the event.
Oh, okay, good. So that one did work. I wasn't sure. I was like, did I see 4 participants. Oh, I see it now. There she is. That's just my bad. That's just with her technology issues. Okay. Anyways, so you know how sometimes you're, you know, as life changes, you kind of go like, okay, we're gonna, you know, use your money for this and this money for that and blah, 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 blah. So we started having Mitch pay for the house cleaner, and then I took over. It like doesn't matter, because all of our money is the same, right? Anyways, long story short, I decided that I want to take over the house cleaning bill. And that would be my goal, to raise my paycheck another $300 in for this coming month, because that's how much we do it once a month. So, I mean, I still clean my toilets, guys, but I mean, the big scrub down I'm talking about once a month from the house cleaner, and we pay $300. And so that is my goal. So I had to sit down and go, okay, what do I have to sell in commission myself in order to do that? And then what actions am I going to take? So I started writing down, and this is what I want you guys to do. What are some things that you are already doing? What are some things that you haven't done? And meaning that it's going to help you add that additional dollar amount to your paycheck. I would love if you guys try to goal yourself to do an additional, not just go, okay, I already know I made $300. Oh, check, I made my goal. You know what I mean? Like, if you've already made a certain amount, try to make a certain amount as an addition. So even if it's $50 or $25, it doesn't have to be a large, crazy amount. It's just to basically show yourself that you can control your income. And then it's all about the actions that you take, the focus that you have, and the fact that it's really about where you spend your time, because that's literally what stops us from getting that next bracket of paycheck, is where we plugged in that extra time, if at all. The link on Facebook worked, not the messenger chat. Oh, well, shoot. Thank you, Shauna. So what was I just saying? I'm, me with squirrel. Give me a second. So yeah, where you spend your time. And it's because one thing that I've learned, you guys, especially with going back to school and having like a total, like more, it's like another full-time job, because I have to not only read a bunch because it's online, a bunch of articles, and just watch long videos and all this stuff. And then I have to do projects, and then I have to do papers, and I have to do all the research. And so there's so much time, and I've had to literally really block out, when am I going to work my business? When am I going to do my schoolwork? When am I going to spend time with my family? When am I going to do other things that I need to do for myself? And I think that that's what most consultants have to do. But the only issue is that most consultants don't do that. They don't take the time to plug in where that specific time is going to be, and actually see where they can take from. Because here's the thing, guys, we all have 24 hours in a day, and you've got to sleep, right? We all sleep different amounts. They say like the average person sleeps between 7 and 8 hours, but everybody needs a different amount of sleep depending on your age, just who you are. It just depends. Me, if I sleep more than 7 hours, you guys, I am a wreck the whole day. I need to sleep all day. And that is a bad thing. So it took me forever to learn that about myself. And so now that I know the right around that sweet spot of how much sleep I'm so much more productive during the day. So once I knew, okay, I've got, X amount of hours in the day to do whatever I need to do, I took a look at my day. Where was I spending it? And I realized that I was spending it in a lot of places that wasn't getting me towards my goal, which watching a movie that I've seen a million times, which we all want to say, hey, I deserve it. But it's like, yeah, but is that pushing me towards my goals? Right. And I will tell you that everything in moderacy is so much more enjoyable. So like when you sacrifice a little bit, the reward is so much greater, because you're not doing it every single day. It's like, oh, I achieved this goal. I get to watch whatever TV I want and sleep as long as I want, or whatever. That's my Sundays, you guys. I reward myself with sleeping in and watching TV with my family and doing, whatever I want to do with my family. And that's my reward for the sacrifices that I make during the week. Okay, so does anybody want to volunteer and share what they would like their paycheck to look like in either June or July? And then we can kind of break that down as an example. Shauna, thank you. Oh, you're muted. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Hi.
Awesome. So I kind of, I've been hyper focused on move and all that stuff. So my last couple paychecks were like, I don't know. I don't even think I had a paycheck that low ever. But I was like, okay, you know what? I can't do really much else, but what I can do is I can let my people know what's available, and it doesn't take much time at all. I'm scrolling Facebook and stuff anyways, and sending messages, you know, so I just did that. And then really fast, my PRV jumped up to like 6 something. So
Nice.
It paid off. And, you know, so yeah, it's not going to be much, but it's going to be something. And, you know, I don't have to spend a whole lot of time right now, but I know that when I can focus on it, and then I do, then I will. But I would like to finish out the month strong. For me, that's probably going to look like texting some customers. You know, I didn't learn the project broadcast yet, but that's going to be a mainland goal. But yes, I am going to message my customers, the ones that I know that like to have wax on hand. I'm going to let everybody know, because I've kind of been lax, not letting everybody know about everything that we have available. You know, bring back my bar. Sometimes I'll leave stuff out. I'll just put my favorite things. Well, my favorite things are not their favorite things.
Right, right.
And I have learned that time and time again. So I don't know why I keep going back to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I keep posting my favorite things. Well, what I like is not what everybody else likes, you know,
Right.
Which just tells you that you have to get everything out there and then let them decide, you know?
Yeah.
So
Awesome. I love that. And so just to kind of make you feel better, it's just natural to share what your likes are, because we naturally are more confident with sharing. Oh, that share it. So it's harder to share something that you're not personally a fan of, but you're so right when you said, just because we're fans of it doesn't mean anybody else is. That's you. I'm glad you shared both sides, because I'm sure all of us have felt that before, and have been sharing, but just like
Scent too, it's amazing. It's like, you know, I'm very careful about what I say. You know, I don't share my opinion about scents anymore, because something that I think is repulsive, somebody else just loves and wants 6 bars of it. So I've learned that lesson as well.
oh, I've learned the hard way myself too. Or your first time hearing this, yes, it is important to share your what you like, but just always remember that you never know what some taste is, and so you don't want to insult them and be like, oh, that's gross, because they might be smelling and you're like, oh, that one's so gross, and they're thinking, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Well, you just lost a sale because they're embarrassed to tell you they like this, you know. So, you know, you could say this one is my favorite, but you know, that's why we have so many fragrances, because we all have different tastes and senses. So that's a way around it. Say, you know, that is why we have so many, because we're all, they don't like, they have that. Good good suggestion, Donna. Okay, so okay, so just, you know, Shauna lives in Hawaii now, and she's moving her whole life to the mainland, which is a big move, and so she's in the process of like packing, just getting everything. Yeah, there you go. But she's still doing what she can at, you know, her for her business. You know, she's on this call. She could make the same, you know, moving back. She's focusing on what she can do, not what she can't. And that's all that all of us can do, because we're all going to have different seasons. We're going to have different times in our day, in our life, in our years, whatever. And have to say, okay, what can I do right now? And it might be just one thing in a day or in a month or whatever. I've had a year that I literally felt like I was hanging on by a string and doing nothing. And but because I did
very far.
focus on
Uh-uh.
oh
Go over there. Sorry. Sorry.
they're like, is it the big like little toy? Oh, cute. Anyways, sometimes we just have to pat ourselves on the back for doing one thing and just saying, hey, you know what? It's better than nothing. Geneva, you wanted to share? No. She's like, no.
Actually, I kind of do. Just kind of like talking about what Shauna was talking about texting people. So I feel like I'm wasting my time on like my Facebook page, because I post all of these things, the sales and all the things, and I just don't feel like I'm getting any kind of like reaction to it. So I don't know, is it better for a page, or should I do like a group where like, I don't know. I just feel like it's just like I post all the things. I just am not getting anything.
Okay, so just so you know, that's normal. We all go through that. We go through it all the time. We have phases of, we'll have a little bit of like nothing. We'll have phases of, oh, people are actually responding. And that's why in marketing itself, in this type of business, because we are like marketers, you want to just really pay attention to not only what you're doing, but also what other people are working for them. And so your question, so let me make sure I understand. So currently you're posting on your regular profile page. You don't have a business page or a group at this point.
No, I have my Scentsy page, like Geneva Kalmar, independent Scentsy consultant, whatever.
You have a business.
And then I have my own personal page.
Okay. And is that where are you marketing on the business page?
Yes. Well,
Currently.
and then sometimes if it's something like the Beauty and the Beast or the big things like that, the limited times, then I'll share it from my personal profile.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know this, but Facebook actually has a rule that they don't want you sharing business on your page. They want you to share it from your business page. People do it anyways, and there's ways to get around it so you don't get like in Facebook jail. You just want to try not to have a link that's going to send them off Facebook from your profile page. So there's a lot of consultants that are really successful with marketing on their personal page, and how they do it is they will just talk about what's going on, and they'll show pictures and they'll say like how excited they are about it, but they don't show and say any information. And they just kind of start the conversation. And then once the conversation's going on, they can either put the link in the comments or they can message that person directly. But it's more about, when you think about social media, what is social? It's relationships and conversation. So our goal is to start a conversation. And so perfect example, Beauty and the Beast. A nice way to start a conversation on your personal page, just be like, show a picture of it and say, I remember when Beauty and the Beast first came out, I went to the movies to see it, or anything personal, or your niece did, or, you know, my daughter loves Beauty and the Beast because she loves books or whatever. And just kind of sharing some thoughts and starting a possible conversation. You could say like, what was your favorite princess when you were growing up? Or, you know, was Belle your favorite, or something, just to kind of start a conversation going, but you're not like selling to them right at that moment. But then as you start the conversation, you can, as it gets closer, you can either message them or plug in your link. Now, this is all stuff I'm just now learning, you guys, because I'm taking a social media marketing class. And so, and I was praying a lot of like, okay, because I've just always been very kind of hesitant and just had like a roadblock of learning social media. And I got a prompting that I needed to go back to school and finish my degree, and it needed to be in communications to help my business. And so I can help you guys. I need to learn social media so I can, be a good leader and then also help my business grow. And so these are all things that I'm just learning now, and it really makes sense. And they say like, and when I said earlier in the call, how Scentsy, we're so different than other direct sales companies, how we share things a lot and we like to, help each other. That's why it's good to kind of pay attention to what your peers are doing on social media. And if you see somebody with a lot of followers or a lot of comments on their posts, ask yourself, like, what are they doing? What kind of conversations are they starting? And again, you'll notice that it's not always going to be Scentsy. It's getting, the algorithms are what, the way the algorithms work is that the more conversations you're starting on social, whether it's business or not, it doesn't have to be business. Hi, Deborah. The algorithms say, oh, this people like to hear what this person's saying. This person is a good conversation starter. So it pushes your stuff up, and then all those people are going to see your stuff more and are more likely going to see your posts. And because anybody that likes or comments on your stuff, no matter what it is, then the Facebook or whatever platform that you're going to use is going to make sure that those people see your post. So when you post Scentsy on the next post, they're going to see it. And the reason why you may not be getting very much interaction, it's not because they're not interested. It's probably because they just don't see it, because the algorithms aren't telling your people that you have anything to say at this time. So I would focus on getting some conversations going, like, adding value, maybe your favorite recipe that you just made last night, or, what's your favorite taco, or I don't know, whatever, things like that. And get those conversations started, and you'll see the algorithm start helping you. Go ahead, Shauna. Sorry.
I was just going to say, this is something stupid and I never thought it would help, but love your own posts.
Oh, yes. Yes.
A friend that's in a different direct sales company, she showed me that, and she said it's the easy trick. She said, just love all your own posts, because then you already have somebody, and for some reason, that they don't recognize that it's you, but it helps.
Yeah. And even, thank you for saying, I also heard that your own events, it's starting right. Comment in the comment, like, or my,
Sorry.
Thank you, Shauna. Awesome. Okay, so does anybody need help breaking down, like, is everybody clear with like how the commissions work and how you can plan, like how much PRV I have to sell in order to get my ideal paycheck? Is everybody good on that? Okay, so that's basically my challenge to you, is to make yourself a little bonus goal of whatever, like if you average X dollars amount a month in Scentsy, give yourself a little goal for a little promotion of an extra whatever. But ask yourself, what will that do for you? Because if it's something that's not, you don't like pin it to where it's going to go. If you don't hit the goal, you're going to go, I didn't have that $20 anyways. You know what I mean? But if you're like, ooh, if I hit $300, I don't have to, this is just me, I'm talking, I don't have to take $300 from our home money to pay my cleaning lady. I can put that extra $300 and put it towards our credit card. Does that make sense? So I'm like making an emotional attachment and a specific goal of where I want that money to go and why, and what the consequence is if I don't achieve that goal. I'm going to have to take that money from our family money to pay for the housekeeper instead of Scentsy paying for the housekeeper, which is what I initially set out to do when I first set that goal years ago and achieved it. And then I took that goal away. Oh yes, the Dave Ramsey program is awesome. Yes. In case you don't know, do you want to share a little snippet about what you're learning, Cindy?
So you have like a diagram, like a list of where you put like all your credit cards on and the dollar amounts. And I will tell you, once you put your credit card on there and you see the dollar amount, you go, oh no, it's frightening. So you just like, you take the smallest credit card balance, you make, he says to make a minimum on all your other cards, but I have a hard time with that only because of the fact that you seem like you're not getting anywhere, right? So I always do at least $5, $10 over at least. Good. So you pay off your smallest balance first, and then you take the money that you're paying on that card. Like for me, it was my Amazon card, and you roll it to the next card. You pay off that card and you just keep rolling it. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing right now. Yeah.
Awesome.
We got off it for a while, and yeah, so Ralph and I are just like, okay, you can't keep doing this.
We've been there, believe me.
Scary.
Another consultant last week, maybe the beginning of this, what is this, Monday? So last week, about that same process, and she's really excited to start getting those credit cards knocked out because she's got a plan now. Yes, it works, you guys. You just have to, be diligent and disciplined. One thing that she shared with me, she texted me and she's like, I'm paying my first credit card off, Jess. And I was like, yay. And she goes, but I don't want to, I don't want to put the whole amount on because it hurts. Because you think like, man, I'm putting this big, like it's when you, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a payment, but when you're used to paying half of that, and it's like, oh, I can put that towards, just have that extra money. And I said, okay, but think about this. When the next month comes around, you are not even going to have a minimum payment for that credit card because it's paid off. And all that money you're paying now is your money. And you can decide, which I suggested, you can put it towards the other credit card, and it's just going to snowball and make those credit cards get knocked out faster. And when she's striving to get a car, she doesn't have a car right now. And so we had to talk about what is your, what is the emotional attachment to paying these credit cards off? And she said, because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of waiting around for people to take me where I need to go. I want my own dang car. I said, girl, I know what you are, because I've been there. When I started Scentsy, I only had a car. Mitch only had the car. So I had to wait around for him to get home to do anything. Or I had to walk the streets with my little double stroller and do what I needed to do. So you have to have some type of an emotional attachment, they say, what is your why for that goal? Because if we just set a goal and go, oh, I'd like to make $20 extra on my paycheck, there's nothing's going to hurt emotionally. There's no real gain or non-gain if you don't achieve it, because you didn't have that $20 anyways. That makes sense. Okay. And then really fast. What did I just do with this? Oh. Okay. All right. So I wanted to share, because we have the Bring Back My Bar early purchasing, whatever it's called, early. Oh gosh, you guys know what I'm saying, right? I can't think about what it's called. To purchase what's it called, Shauna? I'm blank. Early access.
Yeah. When does the actually Bring Back My Bar come out for people?
June 1st.
Okay, good. Because I'm going to use that, because I never promote. I never, ever before promoted Bring Back My Bar. And then the last time I did, I got 3 club orders, which is ongoing. So I am never not going to do that again.
Right? Oh my gosh. Biggest why, like that's why they built that Always Get My Bar program, is for those people, because people get so attached to their scent, and and they'll do whatever they,
Me.
yeah, me too.
I just had to give up all my scents because I couldn't afford, and then I'm moving and I didn't know if it's going to melt. So I have to slowly add them back if they ever come back. But
Right. Oh my goodness.
First. Okay. Thank you, Jess.
You're welcome. So I'm going into the news tab, just so if you're new or you just don't know where to look, go into your dashboard and go into news. I personally always, and I'll go all the way down to view all my news, because I want to see everything that's been posted most recently. And that is the second thing up. The product list, status list is always going to be at the top to kind of, so you know what's on back order, what's sold out, all that stuff. And then right now, the next thing is the fragrances for Bring Back My Bar list. So you'll know what is coming out. Okay. And what I personally do, I like to share with everybody, is I will, on Project Broadcast, once you use it, if you ever do, one of the biggest blessings of it is that I tag, anytime somebody buys a fragrance, I tag that person. So when I go to send out the Bring Back My Bar list launch, everybody that has tagged with those scents are going to get that text. And I will say, if you're receiving this text, you have a scent that's coming back. Time to stock up, or better yet, let's get you on your Always Get My Bar program. Now, another thing that you could do is, if you're not going to do Project Broadcast, the old school way, which is what I did for years and years and years and years and years, is I make a spreadsheet of all my customers, and I put their all the fragrances that what the heck's happening? Join meeting. I don't know what's going on. Are you guys there? I just got like a reminder to join a meeting. That's weird. Anyways, and then you could sort in the Excel spreadsheet for those scents, so you know everybody that you need to contact. And so what I do is I always put their email address and their phone number. And so I'll email all those people as well who is being affected. But Scentsy, in the last few years, I don't know how many years, it's been a while now that we've had this, but in your reporting tab, if you go to sales reports, if you don't have an Excel spreadsheet, if you don't have Project Broadcast, you can literally type up the product history. If you go in, it says, see who ordered a specific product. And then you're going to, the furthest back is 2016. So if it hasn't been purchased since 2016, unfortunately, it's not going to pop up. But then you can go and literally select every single scent and Bring Back My Bar, and it's going to give you a spreadsheet of everybody that's affected. And then you can download that to Excel, and then do the same thing. You can email them, or if you want to take the time to make phone calls or make text messages, whatever, all of the above, send out postcards, whatever you want to do. You guys know I'm a big advocate of layering communication, because you just don't know who pays attention to their text, who pays attention to their emails, whatever. But I just suggest you at least do one form of communication, because you don't want somebody coming back and saying, Shauna, why didn't you tell me that my beach was coming back? Because yeah, they will call us on it. And at least we can say, I did. Check your email, sister. You know what I mean? And then what Shauna shared, which I'm so glad, that was a great example. Scentsy Club is such a great way to build your PRV and to have consistent PRV every month to rely on. Obviously, the higher PRV in Scentsy Club, the better, because you don't have to worry about making your minimums. If you can say, my goal is to have at least $500 in PRV every month with Scentsy Club, You know that if you're a team leader, you know you did your part with your PRV minimum as far as sponsoring your bonus. And then you don't have to stress about that. And then everything else is just bonus. You can focus on booking parties and coaching your team and, you know, doing fundraisers or whatever that may be, training to learn new things, you know. That's one benefit and blessing that I have, you guys, is that I have that with my Scentsy Club. So I don't have to worry about putting in $500 every month if I have a really busy month. And especially now that I'm in school and I have like projects coming up and my finals are coming up, I don't have to think about, oh gosh, am I gonna miss my minimum or whatever. Obviously, if you goal yourself to 2,000, that's even better, because then you automatically get your 5% sales bonus. That's my goal, is I want to get to 2,000 in Scentsy Club. So I cannot, because what is that, guys, right? A $600 bonus on your paycheck for just your commission. So if I make sure that I do that with just my Scentsy Club, I can say I'm paying for my house cleaning every month, and then with a $300 bonus on top of that, just with my Scentsy Club sales, and then everything else is whatever I want to do with it, right? So we kind of paint a picture in your mind of what all that means to you, what it looks like, and why you would want to grow those sales. So does anybody have any recent, or it doesn't have to be recent, experiences of how you've gotten people to join your Scentsy Club that you want to share?
For me, it was just was over the winter, the winter catalog where excuse me, Jammy Time went out of the catalog. You know, my younger sister, my nephew, is a bit hyper, and she uses Jammy Time and is warmer at night, and his also too, his Scentsy Buddy has Jammy Time in it, and she like flipped out. And I told her before, I'm like, listen, I go, here's what's going to happen. She's like, no. And so that's how I got her on it. Yeah. She was almost in tears.
Oh, she was happy.
Like, yeah. And I'm like, Angela, I go, let me just finish my sentence and then you'll be happy. And she's like, oh, okay. But, yeah.
But it's good.
So,
That shows,
yeah.
And what they're interested in, and you made the time to have the conversation to educate. And that's all sometimes we have to do. And it's just a matter of taking the time. Yes, sometimes it takes a while to go through all your customers, but when you think about it, you know, it's so going to be worth it in the long run. And that time, I think one of the hardest things about following up with clients is feeling like you don't know. Ooh, sorry, my phone's about to die, so I have to put my thing on charge. One of the hard things is not knowing what to say. But this is, we have a reason to be calling them, like, oh my gosh, your favorite Jammy Time is going away, and I don't want you to freak out. I want to make sure that you get what you want. Is there something in the training tab that shows how to promote the Scentsy? Yes, there is. Great question. Let me find what link it is, and then I will post it. Hold on, let's see. Training. Okay, so there's an FAQ on Scentsy Club. Scentsy Club. Okay. So there's also a referral program. Are you aware of this referral program? Okay, so that is something you want to download in the training center, and just type in Scentsy Club. And I'm going to attach all that to our YouTube recording link as well, so it'll be in the description. But just in case you just want to go onto your workstation, go to training, then type in the search Scentsy Club, and you'll see FAQ. And if you click, you could download that, and it has a PDF and it explains how the Scentsy Club works. And then there's also lots of images to help you promote it. So you can put it on Facebook, you can text it to people. You can create little postcards and put it in their orders to kind of just get the word out there. Let me see, because these are all just images. Let me see, there is a video. Click lessons, let's see. Okay, so if you click lessons under content type, content type. It says Scentsy Club training, and there's a video as well. In, let's see, what month is this? This is, it was on January, oh, it was modified on August 16th of 2022. So that's the most recent training that they've made as far as a video. And then I wish my Zoom was working on my computer. I'm like so mad because I can do some screen sharing. Hold on. Let me try one more time, maybe 3 times the charm. One thing that I always suggest is for consultants to try Scentsy Club out yourself so you can kind of mess with it and see what your customers are doing, how they're signing up, what is available to them. Even if you just set yourself up for some cotton cleanups, you know, once every 3 months or something, just to get the experiment going. And just like you should always jump on your website, play around with it, just so they can see what, you know, what their experience is. You know, look at your clearance section often so you know what's on clearance, things like that. But let me see if it's going to let me in this time. Okay. It just keeps scrolling for some reason. I don't know why. This is so annoying. Okay, so can you guys hear me okay? Am I echoing or anything? Okay. I'm gonna, oh wait, let me see if it lets me share. No, it's just scrolling. All right, we're just gonna let that do whatever. Anyways, let's go back to this. What type of questions do you have specifically that maybe I can answer for you?
I mean, I guess I'm just, because like when it was time for the voting for the Bring Back My Bar, like one of my customers was like, oh my gosh, I got to vote for this. I want it to come back. And it's not one that's on the list. So I'm like, okay, she's going to be really disappointed. But any scent that Scentsy has ever had, they can go back and put on the Scentsy Club.
There's only, they actually, when they're doing the voting, they only give us specific bars. And usually it's within like 2 years of them being discontinued. However, this one that just won has been, there's some scents that have been back within the 2 years, but what my understanding is they try to not let something come back if it's been in the catalog or available within in the last 2 years.
Recording in progress.
Oh, just started. Hold on. Oh, come on. Do you guys hear that echo? Do you hear that?
Yeah, you're echoing now.
Okay, 1 second.
And you're on the screen twice, like you're signed in twice. Now I can't hear you. Like you're excuse me, muted on one, and then the other one you're not. Like when you very first started, that screen, that the login is muted, but the other screen is not. Your other login is not.
It never fails. All right, never mind. I don't know. Maybe I have to like delete Zoom or something and then off my computer and redo it because for some reason it's not working. Anyways, okay, so that's why it's it's a great tool to make our clients excited about the opportunity to get their favorite fragrance. But it's important for our verbiage to just let them know that, you know, there's a lot of people voting. We could or we couldn't. And that's why it kind of just, it's a tool for us to say, hey, I don't know when this is ever going to come back again. So if it's available, like say beach is their favorite, you know, and they're kind of like, oh, well, yeah, maybe just like, look, I know you like this scent and I can't guarantee it's going to come back in the next 2 years, if at all, because we can't. And so it just kind of helps us when it is available to promote that. And then as far as letting them know that if it's not on the list, it's just because it's been available in the last 2 years, just so they don't get upset about it. I just saw, oh, I would love that, Cindy. Thank you, ma'am.
So is this what you were looking at, Jess? The
Yeah.
video, get to know the Scentsy Club rewards and referrals?
Yes.
All right. So what I can do, you guys, is I can post this if you want me to onto the page.
Thank you. Please do. Not on the list, they could order through Scentsy Club. Okay, so if it's not on the list, the Scentsy, Scentsy Club is you're only able to add a scent if it's available on the Scentsy Club. So for instance, the Bring Back My Bar fragrances, they have from June 1st to June 31st to put it in their club. And once that's done, they won't be able to add it to their club. So they have 30 days to do that. If you click on guides, Cindy, at the, like right at the top in the page.
You said at the top of the page, Jess?
In Facebook, yeah, in our Facebook page, you
Okay,
can add there.
I gotta find it again, sorry.
That's okay
I'm all over the place
I
now.
that you're able to do that for me. Okay. So yeah, this is that's another great strategy to build your paycheck, is say, I'm going to add X amount of Scentsy Club members. And obviously knowing the ins and outs of it is important, like knowing that after, you know, that they get 10% after a $30 order, that just kind of encourages them to hopefully buy like at least 6 bars or whatever, just so you have, they can get the 10% and then they are eligible to get the bonus of getting a, like a brick, the special for getting a brick, because only club members can buy bricks. And then the referral program is if they absolutely just don't want to join Scentsy and get the discount that way, and they don't want to host, but here's the thing, I have a club member that still hosts it because she still wants other things, but it's a good way to get them onto Scentsy Club is, the referral program is so they can get, Scentsy credits towards their Scentsy products with the referral program. And then it helps you build your club memberships as well, because they're out there referring for you to get onto Scentsy Club. So, it's definitely something you have to probably talk to people about a couple times, because I mean, it's not new anymore, but it's still newer concept. And you have to be able to understand it in order to kind of share the benefits of it, and know all the different ins and outs of your business. Because if for some reason they hesitate, they don't want to refer, you can ask them like what their holdup is. Like, well, because sometimes people just don't feel comfortable asking people to sign up for like a subscription. So you can say, well, then just host. So then it's a tool to talk about parties. Like, oh, okay, well, Scentsy referrals isn't your thing. Well, then how about you at least get some bonuses with some rewards by hosting your own party, and they can choose what they buy, and it doesn't have to be a subscription. So it's all about just getting that conversation going in order to educate them all the different ways that they can utilize Scentsy that's best for them. All right. Well, we are past the hour. I appreciate everyone that showed up live. And if you are recorded and you have additional questions, just go ahead and respond. I'm going to be emailing this out to everybody. You can respond that way. You can text me, call me, and I will share some of the links in the description, as well as definitely don't be bashful and go to your training center and kind of click around and use that search button for Scentsy Club, and you'll find all the different marketing tools as far as images, as well as the FAQ, and then some videos, which is under lessons under the content type. Does anybody have any questions or comments that you'd like to share before we go? No? All right. Well, I appreciate all of you, and I hope you have a sensational rest of your month, and we will see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.